Bielsko Biala. Let's have a look at the track then. Just under 2 kilometers in length, vertical drop for around 400 vertical meters. Average gradient about 20.4%, and steepest part of it really arrives right at that bottom, the wood section we're entering now. Choices to be made in there. Next up, Max Hartstein from Germany on that Cube factory racing set up at the 4th split. So 215th UCI Downhill World Cup could be set to have a new leader, and Max Hartstein. There's a big hole on the way out of that rut in the right-hander, you know, but Hartstein heads down towards the finish line. Max Hartstein, is he going to go into the hot seat? Just about the only heat possible here in Poland today is achieved. Hartstein 1.1 seconds faster.
Great ride. And he made a lot of time in that pedaling section. You saw when he went into the green.
Everyone take a deep breath.
And we've mentioned Emery's tyres in years past. He's had this special compound that is specifically set for these wet conditions.
He's 2.8 seconds up Arman Perro as he heads into the woods now. Arman Perro on an absolute run here in Bielsko Biala, early doors in this elite men's final.
Makes it through the section that took him out yesterday. He's got to keep it up right through this massive mud hole. Hold on, keep your feet in the pedals today, Emery.
Arman Perro, huge crash there yesterday, not bothered today. Arman Perro down the line, throws that Commensal across it, and goes fastest by 3.5 seconds. Tell you what, that is a stacked lineup in that Commensal muck-off by riding addiction pit now, isn't it? At the first split, 4/10 faster at the first split, then he's back 3 at the second split, so Verre is well in contention here, dances on the pedals down through this really choppy section. Verre just plays it safe there, doesn't take the stump gap on. Look at Perron on the hot seat. Verre down towards the line then. Can he displace his new teammate? Crosses the line and goes second, 3.076 seconds back. So, where you start on a day like today as we get ready to see Bennink launch for the first time on a Scott Downhill Factory prototype machine?
The weather may be a bit roulette, but I mean, they had every opportunity to.
Bennink launch, we know he's really, really good in the wet. What is this timing beam going to tell us? Bennink launch goes cross and he's fastest by 0.3 seconds.
Is a big factor when we're chasing these minute margins here.
He was 4th here last year, 7th in the UCI World Cup overall. What's the second split gonna tell us? Bennink launch stands on the pedals, crosses it across that gap. He's still 0.3 seconds ahead, Nico.
He had a nice inside line here in practice. Let's see if he sticks with it. No, he's out to the outside.
I think it's just so wet, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just running the...
Maybe a free hub's gone or something. Anything can happen on a day like today, Nico. 3.6 seconds back. Heartbreak for Bennink launch.
Yeah, these conditions so hard on equipment.
Oh, not scared one bit coming into the Michelin section there.
He knew he couldn't pedal, so he had to do it in the steep.
Bennink launch, well as ever, it's been swashbuckling, it's been all action. Bennink launch crosses a line. What could have been, but still home in 4th place. 4.1 seconds, chains off the front ring. Somewhere he won that last year. Next up, Tibo Deprell, the French national champion, now riding for Rogue Racing after a year spent as a privateer. Tibo Deprell on a run here. 2 times a UCI World Cup downhill winner in the past. Can he get Rogue Racing their first win here today?
He just sat down into the woods there, which looked kind of strange, but just taking a rest. He makes that big double jump out the first time we've seen a few. He's 0.6 up at the moment.
Yes, 0.6 seconds up for Tibo Deprell here. He was 18th in the World Cup overall last season.
Gap in the hole.
Wow, he is
0.3 seconds faster still, 47.7 kilometers an hour now through the speed trap.
Whoa! Scrubs the stump. Oh, too much.
Did he lose the pedals there just on the way out of
drive.
I mean, we're still talking about just 1 second, but...
Let's see if he jumps this stump. He did it this morning in practice. Nope, goes to the high line.
It's just not there today, is it? So well, not as far as Tibo Deprell is concerned. Anyway, it's still been good, though. It's been all action. First, Bennink launch with the lead. Now, Tibo Deprell. Is he going to get across under the hot seat? Second place, 1.2 seconds. Josh Carlson is pointing and nodding as Martin Mays leaves the start hut. Normally we question the use of his neck warmer, but on a day like today I'd take anything up there. But this man making the jump from the UCI Enduro World Cup to race downhill full time again.
He's going to have to step it up. He was mentioning before just how physical this track was. You had to pay attention to the bottom, so Maybe that aggression is what he needs to step up, but look at the conditions.
Whoa.
All right, I take it back. Come on, Martin.
Me is absolutely rolling the dice down through that really choppy section, getting away with it, Nico.
Yeah, he's so balanced and clean through these ruts.
What a start for that brand new Orbea FMD team.
Oh, it's been absolutely stellar so far.
It doesn't look like he's put a foot wrong in this run. It's a really clean run.
3.5 back all of a sudden, though, between 3 and 4. So something has not gone well in that middle part of the run. Oh, Mays almost getting sent over the front of the bike.
No, we did see some footage of some crew roly-polying down the hill there, but not the time for Martin Mays to send her on down through his forward.
Martin Mays grabs a couple of pedal strokes, heads down the line, crosses it. Next up, though, Richie Rude. A man who, when he puts maximum effort through those pedals, threatens to turn the earth back on its axis.
I think his arms are bigger than my legs, Richie.
You kind of forget every off-season when you haven't seen him in a few months. When you see him again, you forget how physically imposing Richie Rude is. Look at the speed of him up here, Nico. All downhill all the way for Richie Rude, and it's beginning to pay off here. 170 beats per minute on the Whoop Live.
Carrying some great speed through that key section there, that Motul section. Look at him on the pedals hard. That visibly looks quicker than anyone we've seen so far.
I always think for the Enduro riders, when it gets hard and it gets gnarly,
but he's got some track left.
Carrying great speed through that Michelin section at the bottom. Richie Rude, he's got that bike dialed thanks to Sean O'Hughes.
And the crowd in the woods know it as well. Rude gets away with it through there, slings it left, heads across the gap. Is this going to be the new fastest time of the day? Richie Rude heads towards the bottom. Richie Rude goes second to Amaury Perron by 0.7 of a second. Nico Malali mulls.
Richie in a sprint, I'd say it's Luca. He's one of the strongest guys I know.
Luca Shaw leaves the Star Hut to open his UCI Downhill World Cup account for 2025 for the Canyon Collective squad. The bike looking absolutely perfect underneath him as well, not having to fight the bars at all, just tracking a lovely arc through those corners, heads through that really tricky little right-hander, carrying good speed as he heads down towards the second split now.
Expect him to be strong on the pedals right here.
And saved a bit of energy up there, didn't have to pedal, gets the step down and
half
the tear off.
Half a second up for Luca Shaw on that time of Amaury Perron. Here he comes in, Luca Shaw. This is where he needs to be super aggressive and super strong if he wants to beat Amaury Perron today.
He's a guy who's normally had the fastest splits on the motorway sections, which involves pedaling, pumping. That's what we have coming up here. This is one of the more physical ones.
Oh! Just the bike dug in, wanted to swing hard left there.
That'll cost him.
Interesting how good Luca looked at the top, but he's just getting a bit ragged towards the bottom, whereas Amaury Perron looks quite calm and chill at the top and aggressive at the bottom. So something to consider for our top 5 riders.
Yeah, the pendulum's starting to swing a bit towards the bottom now, isn't it, of this track here in Sturk Mountain Resort. 2.9 back.
The time, the meets in the bottom half.
Luca Shaw crosses the line, slots it in 4th place. Good run. Oshino Callahan leaves the start hut then. Irish national champion sleeve on him. And another rider that's done a lot of winning on the way in here. And he is a man who will not be scared of a lack of traction. I called in quickly to see him this morning. Big smile as ever, loving it, just so excited. One of those kids just really excited to go and race his bike every time.
Yeah, boosts out of there. Managed to get that compression right.
And what's great to see is as well, in the junior ranks, more and more Irish riders starting to appear now. And it's because of the influence of the likes of himself and Ronan Dunn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has absolutely destroyed the field so far. Oshino Callahan, is he about to displace Amaury Perron as he swings it right and heads towards the super steep bottom section?
He's not holding back here either.
Nope, didn't have to check up through there, gets back on the pedals, heads left, and there's just one more corner before he crosses the line. Is Oshino Callahan about to go back into the hot seat? Oshino Callahan crosses the line and goes fastest in Bielsko Biala. 0.6 of a second faster. The white team of Gunnar claps on. He's immediately moved at the finish line. The Irish fans are loving it. Oshino Callahan, is he about to win? Can he beat Oshino Callahan? 143 beats per minute. He's calm now. We know he revs low. That will spike though. How do you rate Lloyd's chances today, Nico?
I'd say they're pretty high. He's not a mud specialist, but he's a guy who likes to start last. He loves the pressure. He wants to win this championship and win races, and he's got a new bike to show.
Look how smooth he is through that top section. Lloyd Brun Let's see what the first split says then. Bruni crosses it and goes fastest by 0.6 of a second. Lloyd Brun now. Lloyd Brun crosses the second split beam, does the big gap, and he's still nearly 0.7 ahead, but he's not gained anything on Oshino Callahan yet. Bruni, perfect through there, clips a course pole, goes high in that turn.
He was inside of it.
Right at the top of his powers, if he wants to take a victory here today. Oh, surfs his way right into that rut, turns left. Lloyd Brun, just one corner to go, heads towards the line. Is it going to be enough? Lloyd Brun crosses the finish line and wins in Starkbank Park. A 1/10 of a second is enough to do it. Oshino Callahan will be second. He tasted defeat here last season, he didn't like it. He's come back and he's got the job done in Poland. Lloyd Brun takes the win at round 1. Pick the bones out of that one. What an amazing elite men's race. Bruni, O'Callahan, Perron, your top 3. Then it was Richie Rude up in 4th of one of the runs of the race. Deprell, Shaw, Vergier, Hartstein, great result for him up in 8th. Martin Mays was superb in 9th. And Benoit Coulange, what could have been for the fast Frenchman. Pinkerton, Isles, Tyrion, Williams, Perron, Breeden, Maples, Capello, Hart round out the top 19. But we can head down to hear from the man himself. Here's Lloyd Brun.
Super Bruni strikes again. You came second here last season. You weren't going to settle for that today, though, were you?
No, last season was a bit stingy with finishing so close to the win. I didn't think I had it in me, with the off-season a bit complicated and the weather being so far from my favorite conditions, but I never really complained. I just kept on riding, had good feeling. The bike was working really well. We had some last-minute changes on the all-in suspensions, and I think we did well to do that because the track was so rough. It was really sticky and physical, so I'm absolutely pasteurized. But I'm super happy to start the season this way.